Who was the strongest swordsman in Korean history? There once lived the strongest swordsman, not just in Goryeo history, but possibly in all of Korean history, and perhaps even in the history of humankind. A man who returned from the battlefield alone after wiping out the enemy forces. Goryeo called him the god of the battlefield. His name was Cheok Jun-gyeong. Today we'll talk about the strongest warrior in Korean history, maybe even the greatest swordsman the world has ever seen. By now you might be wondering, where did this terrifying man even come from? Cheok Jun-gyeong was born in Hwanghae Province. A noble lineage? None whatsoever. He was a typical unknown warrior, someone who rose solely through skill. At the time, the urchins were beginning to ride southward on horseback, and that's when a figure named Yoon Gwan emerged. One of the most brilliant military strategists in Goryeo's history. He thought, we need to protect this country properly. So he created a secret elite military force. Its name, Byolmuban. Soon after, a real war with the urchins erupted. And that was the beginning of Cheok Jun-gyeong's legend. In 1107, Yoon Gwan's Byolmuban launched a campaign to subjugate the urchins. The Goryeo army had one clear goal: to reclaim the strategic strongholds overrun by the urchins, the 9 northeastern castles. But the urchins were no easy foe. They were fast, brutal, and excelled at field combat. And during the fiercest battle of the war, a single soldier charged straight into the heart of enemy lines. Cheok Jun-gyeong. According to historical records, he broke through to the enemy general's command center, personally beheaded him, and returned with the head in hand. In modern terms, it would be like a special forces operative, infiltrating an enemy base alone, assassinating the commanding officer, and casually walking back out. Naturally, the entire unit erupted in cheers, and Yoon Gwan gave him his full support. Even the king heard of the feat, and upon his return from battle, Cheok Jun-gyeong was hailed as a hero. From that point on, the legend of Cheok Jun-gyeong truly began, the strongest swordsman among Goryeo's military leaders, and eventually, a man who became so powerful with the sword that even the king began to fear him. That was the legendary rise of Cheok Jun-gyeong, and if you're curious about how his story ends, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications.